Harris, the head coach of the 4-1 SMU Mustangs after Saturday's win at home over the University of Connecticut. Welcome and congratulations on another 1-0 season you had last week.
It was great to be 1-0 in the UConn season. There's no doubt about that, and we made it interesting without a doubt. But these guys, I tell you what, these guys continue to play exceptionally hard for us, and they're such a pleasure and a joy to be around, and to be able to just be out there with those guys every day and to see the hard work and the process paying off over 34 months. It's been 34 months, October 1st, that I took the job here. So to see this process starting to pay off has really been big.
Yeah, you said it was maybe a little more interesting than you wanted. Obviously, it was 21-10 at one point in the first half, and suddenly 9 seconds into the fourth quarter, it's tied at 28. What were you thinking at that point of the game?
Well, I felt like coming into the game that all week long, we really had some good work this past week. But your concern is that you start overlooking things, and you deal with a program that has never had success or hasn't had success in quite some time, I should say. And just in trying to refocus these guys and let them know, look, our biggest issues that we're going to have this year is how we deal with success. And so coming into the game, we felt like, all right, here we go. We're ready to go. We knew UConn was a team that was improving each and every week. We knew offensively that they were very explosive and had gotten better the week before. And so we knew we had our work cut out for us. We were going to have to play well. Now, credit UConn. Now, I don't want to take anything away from this because those guys came out ready to play. They came out and showed that they're continuing to improve, and we've been there. I've been there. Coach Etchell and I talked about that before the game, of him coming back to that program and rebuilding it from the ground floor up, and we've been there. We know what they're going through. But I would say this. So after watching the film, it kind of confirmed what I thought. We didn't play our best. That wasn't until late. And but what I will say is this: it was our best response. And I said that after the game and in my post-game show. But and I was so proud of that. Games like that will make us better as the year goes. And everybody had to be on point. Our coaches in the press box had to be calling plays. Offense and defensive plays when the game was on the line, and when you have that, you have a tendency to really just it makes you better as a whole group, and it was really proud to see our guys respond the right way.
Yeah, just talking about UConn for a second, I don't know what you thought, but I was pretty impressed with Bryant Sheriffs, their quarterback. I think he only had 6 incompletions on the day, and he was on the money, it looked like.
Yeah, he did a really good job, and again, this is a guy that took over after the first game and had gotten better each week, and made some really good throws, and we helped him out a lot too now, and that's an area we got to get better at, and that's an area we're going to get better at. I mean, you got to contest some of those throws, and that's something that we're going to continue to press and on our defensive side of the ball, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But he did. I don't want to take anything away from him. It's to watch him out there and competing. He definitely kept him in the game.
How much did missing Jordan Wyatt hurt your secondary on Saturday?
Well, I think it definitely missed a bunch. Just his leadership, if anything. Now, this is one of the premier leaders of our football team. Not just the defensive side of the ball, and his presence. I mean, this guy's an All-American, and you take him off the field. You now run out there and you got 2 young guys out on the field, and I just didn't think that we didn't respond the right way on the back end of our defense, and that's kind of been uncharacteristic of us. We've played really well at safety early in the year, the first 3 games, and 4 games, and I just don't think we played with the confidence level that I was wanting. I thought as the game went on that we got a little bit more timid at the corner position. We weren't contesting any receivers. We never got our hands on receivers. We were given just easy out cuts. You have them 3rd and long and you give up an easy out cut. Those things, you can't do that. And that's an area we've got to get better at. It doesn't matter who. If you're scared to play corner, you're in the wrong position. And we got some really good guys there. And I'm really excited about our young talent, Christian Davis and Eric Sutton. But we've got to play better, and there's no doubt about that.
What's Jordan's status for this week playing at Houston?
He'll be back without a doubt, and you're not going to keep this guy off the field. He'll be back, and he'll provide the leadership that we have. So we're excited about that, and these guys will respond this week. I'm really, really, really proud of the way we came out yesterday at practice, and but I tell you what, when you got a defensive line like we've got,
that's where I was going next.
Yeah,
you had some play up front on defense, 8 sacks as a team, one player alone with half of those tying the school record. Justin Lawler named the Conference Player of the Week with 4 sacks Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, what a phenomenal player. He's a great player. He's a great coach on the field, and he wants to be a coach. And I told him, I said, man, you got a job with me as long as you want it. So this guy brings it every day, and he is a true pleasure to be around. He makes everybody in that D-line room better. They feed off of him, and because of that, they elevate their game. So Justin had 4 sacks. We had Mason had 2, and to see a young man come back off the injuries he's had, and to have 2 key sacks in critical moments of the game. They got wide receivers running down the field that are open, and Mason Gentry makes some plays right there. Demarie Mixon had a sack. That was great to see. Nick Horton and Anthony Roan all contributed with a sack. So the message is that, look, we're really, really sound. We got a lot of depth up front in our D-line. On those guys, you don't have to cover them long, just getting away. Because we got some guys up front that can make some things happen, and we're able to roll guys in to keep them fresh. And that's what you see. You saw that late in the fourth quarter, and that was big for us.
This is Tempo Talk with SMU head coach Chad Morris every Monday night from Ozona Grill and Bar here on Greenville Avenue in Dallas. You can ask Coach questions later in the show during the week. Go to SMUmustangs.com and submit your question on the Ask the Coach button. Submit your questions on Twitter using the hashtag Tempo Talk, or you can join us live in person each week at Ozona Grill and Bar from 7 to 8 on Monday night to submit a question from Coach Morris from the audience. And we'll have those questions later in the show. Coming up next, though, we're going to talk about a group of players that are their position coach told me Saturday after the game they're not going to be happy this week. We'll talk about that group of players coming up next here on Tempo Talk with Chad Morris.
How do you improve upon a legend? First, you make it come standard with sports seats to put you in position to carve every corner. You give it an 8-speed Steptronic transmission with paddle shifters, standard. And you make it near perfectly balanced to give you even more control of the road. But if you want to know how to catch up to a legend, sorry, can't help. The new BMW 3 Series. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Test drive one at your local Dallas-Fort Worth BMW centers and take advantage of exclusive offers.
It's finally time for some Mustangs football, y'all. And Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue has the perfect spot in the best patio in town. So head over to Ozona and yell at the TVs while enjoying some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. And don't forget about happy hour from 4 to 7 Sunday through Friday with $1 off all bar drinks and complimentary chips and salsa. Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up on ozonagrill.com. Go SMU!
If you experience hip or knee pain, I know what you're thinking. Whew. And basically, you have 2 choices. You can wait until the gets so bad you can't stand it, or you can take the first step to living without right now at yourjointhealth.com. An online hip and knee assessment from the health system more people choose for joint health in North Texas. Texas Health. Visit yourjointhealth.com today.
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs. Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, serving up the best grilled cheese in Texas. For 4 years in a row, Ruthie's has been voted the best food truck of SMU and Park Cities. Ruthie's is a crowd favorite among the ponies. You can find the food trucks rolling on SMU campus, SMU home games, and you can find them regularly at Clyde Warren Park. To book Ruthie's for a private party, visit their site at ruthiesfoodtrucks.com. Because after all, there ain't no party like a grilled cheese party. So, seize the cheese. College football programs know the importance of recruiting. Finding the nation's top talent is essential to their team's success. The same is true for business, and you can find the best talent for your business with ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 job boards, and ZipRecruiter identifies relevant candidates fast. 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within 24 hours. Choose the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter, preferred job site of college sports fans everywhere. For your free trial, go to ZipRecruiter.com/football.
Hands us off. Big hole left for Jones to the 15, to the 10, turns the corner. Touchdown SMU! Xavier Jones with his touchdown run of 25 yards Saturday afternoon, and SMU's win over the University of Connecticut. The Mustangs go on for a 49-28 win and improve to 4-1 on the season. This is Talk with SMU head coach Chad Morris. We're at Ozona Grill and Bar every Monday night from 7 to 8. I want to remind you, Mustang fans, do game day right this football season with LG's game-changing home appliances. Visit your local Nebraska Furniture Mart for legendary selection and savings. Well, of course, after the games, I'll go downstairs to the locker room to chat with Coach Chad Morris on the postgame show. And on my way down, I actually rode down in the elevator with Coach Traylor, the running backs coach, who we talked about on the show last week, new on your staff this year, and was complimenting him on you had 3 running backs, all run for between 68 and 72 yards. Each of them got into the end zone, Xavier Jones, Braden West, Kamen Freeman, and he said, yeah, it was great, and they're all going to be mad this week. Because nobody got to have the big breakout game. They had to share it so much. But that's got to be the way everybody likes it, I would think.
Well, this is 3 great guys that are super competitive, and they all want to carry the load. They all want to be the main guy, but what they realize, and because they've experienced this, is that, you know, as a running back, you can only have so many hits in your body. That's just the way it is. And to be able to limit these guys the way we're able to do, and to keep these guys fresh as the season wears on, you got 3 guys having 70 yards right at it, and all 3 of them bring a different style of running. Really helps us out as we continue to play through this season.
That trio combined for 29 carries, 212 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the afternoon, 1 apiece for them. You talked about the different running styles. Obviously, we see Kamen Freeman. You use him a lot in those short yardage situations, but he's got the ability to break free just like all the rest of them do.
He does, and I thought that there was several times in the game, especially late in the game, that he used his strength and his power and his speed to just really create the extra yardage that we needed to keep drives alive. I thought none bigger than just a check down play that Ben had on 3rd and long and checked the ball down to Kamen Freeman for a big 3rd down pickup, and that led on to a score that we went up by. So that was huge, and all 3 of these guys have a different running style, but they all 3 can catch the ball out of the backfield, which makes them just even a better threat.
Xavier Jones had the 100-yard game a week ago and had 72 yards and a touchdown this past week. Obviously, showing no ill effects from missing pretty much all of last season with injury. He's the guy who you start most weeks. What merits a start, and does a start really matter among your guys?
Well, it really doesn't matter. The coach usually rotates them around, and depends on how the practices go, and again, trying to keep them fresh as much as we can through practice. And a lot of it depends on the way we start the game as far as our play calling and who we need in there for a certain call. I think Xavier wound up playing the first 3 or 4 plays, and then Braden was right in there right after that for the next 3 or 4. So a lot of it's how we script as well.
And then you mentioned Braden West, too, who is, you said this before, pound for pound about your toughest guy out there, I believe.
There's no question on that. This guy is extremely smart, intelligent, a great football player, and obviously a guy that rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, had to carry the majority of the load, played the majority of the second half of the season hurt. And this guy brings it every day, and we love him to death. He's on our leadership committee. But a guy that's super competitive. He wants the ball just like the rest of them.
Obviously, they don't get to run every single play. Pass protection is such a huge part of playing the running back position these days in college football, pro football too, and even high school football. Equal there? Do you feel like you don't hesitate with any one of those 3 back there in pass protection?
Well, you can't get on the field, first of all, if you can't help us protect for our passes and help protect that quarterback. So that's your first step to get on the field. If you can do that, then we know you can carry the football. You did that your whole life. That's why we recruited you to begin with. So you better understand what our pass protections are to be able to protect the quarterback. Otherwise, you'll stand over there by us.
Speaking of your quarterback, What a performance for him on Saturday afternoon. 27 of 37, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns. Although, like everybody, not a perfect performance from him. And matter of fact, he doesn't even come out and start your second half. You went with DJ Gillens to start the second half.
Yeah, I guess about the third or fourth series, I just felt like we weren't getting into a groove like we wanted, and made a decision to go with DJ, and was going to continue to go with DJ for a few series there to kind of let Ben settle in. But as we got in there, it just we had some missed assignments. We call them MAs. We had some missed assignments. DJ, we missed a motion, we missed a shift, and when you get those opportunities, man, well, you got to capitalize on them then. And so we went back with Ben, and Ben is just he's a fierce competitor. We said it all the time. This guy was one of our 2 players of the game. Evan Brown and Ben Hicks were our player of the game. This guy gives us the best chance to win right now, without a doubt. He understands our pass protections. He misses on a few passes that we got to get corrected on and bring the ball down on, and he understands that. It's just it's a technique that your base gets too wide, the ball has a tendency to sail on you. But this is a guy that's I'm just telling you, he's a great competitor. We'll continue to have great competition in that room. And as I say it every week, no position group signs a lifetime contract. And so everybody's job's up for grabs, and you're competing your tail off every week in practice and how you respond and prepare out there. But I was really, really proud to see this young man step up and take us down when we needed it the most to win this game.
I know his completion percentage for the season isn't what anybody wants. He doesn't want it, I'm sure, at 54%. But can't you make up for a lot of that with a 14-3 touchdown to interception ratio?
Well, as long as you're not turning the football over, you can win a lot of games. There's no doubt about that. And get the ball to our playmakers. We got plenty of playmakers in space. Take care of the football, and that's been one thing that we've done a really good job of this year.
One thing we haven't seen is the tight ends mix in the pass game a whole lot. What's the reason for that so far?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the fact of, and we have targeted our tight ends several times, but it's we have different answers that get the ball out to the field to our other receivers. I think the addition of what obviously the different types of coverages that Cortland's bringing his way, the Trey Quinn coming on the scene, James Prochet, I think that has helped with our ability to run the football. So it doesn't mean that our tight ends aren't involved. Because they are, and it doesn't mean that this week they could not have a big game. It's just it rotates around, and you got to be ready for when your opportunity happens.
By the way, we got to mention Trey Quinn. He was on the American Athletic Conference honor roll this week with a mere 15 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did you have any idea that he had set a half record for SMU in the first half? He caught 11 balls in the first half of the game.
Yeah, I had no clue on that. And but it's, again, all these guys, they're such a pleasure to be around, such a pleasure to coach, and they're fun to watch. Let me tell you, they are. They bring a whole new dynamic to the game, and explosive we are offensively.
I agree. They are fun to watch, and we can watch SMU play again Saturday evening, 6 o'clock start. It will be down in Houston against the University of Houston. It's on the CBS Sports Network, or you can make the short 4-hour drive down like I will Saturday afternoon and catch the game in person, 6 o'clock kick for SMU and Houston on Saturday night. Coming up next, we're going to talk about something that the SMU defense is best in the country at. We'll do it next here on Tempo Talk with Chad Morris.
It's finally time for some Mustangs football, y'all. And Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue has the perfect spot in the best patio in town. So head over to Ozona and yell at the TVs while enjoying some great West Texas favorites and drinking some ice-cold drinks. And don't forget about happy hour from 4 to 7 Sunday through Friday with $1 off all bar drinks and complimentary chips and salsa. Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue. Look them up on ozonagrill.com. Go SMU!
Hey, Mustang fans! Football season is just around the corner, and that means it's time to start planning your boulevard. And we want to help make it easy and hassle-free. Beginning this season, our team at Block Party will be offering full turnkey service with premium reserved space, top-quality tents, lounge furniture, and bellhop services to Mustang fans who are looking for a better game day experience. All you need to do is show up, and we'll handle the rest. For more information and to book a hassle-free boulevard, please visit our website at blockpartypresents.com.
Business is a game, and if you want to win, you have to be faster, smarter, and more focused than the competition. Which is why SMU Cox offers the Fast Track 1-year MBA, designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Learn from world-class faculty, study with driven peers, and connect to a global alumni network spanning 80 countries. the Fast Track 1-Year MBA, a major career highlight, only from SMU Cox. More online at coxgrad.com.
If you're experiencing enlarged monthly auto payments, Credit Union of Texas may have the cure for you. Let one of our loan experts do a free rate checkup on your current loan to see where we might be able to save you money. With rates as low as 1.69% APR, we think we'll have you feeling some relief in no time. Visit CUTX.org today to find out more.
Warning, refinancing your auto loan at Credit Union of Texas may cause an increased feeling of excitement due to lower auto payments. If the joy you feel saving money lasts more than 2 hours, please tell a friend so they can experience the CUTX difference. APR equals annual percentage rate and is subject to credit approval. Membership required. Federally insured by NCUA.
ESPN's Neil Everett here. This college football season, Nissan's putting you in the driver's seat. Go to NissanHeismanHouse.com. Build a customized Titan wrapped in your school's colors. Then register for a chance to win it. Or you can win a trip to the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Enter the Nissan Heisman House Sweepstakes. Take on today. Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Ends 12/8/17. Open to residents of USDC 18 and older. Official rules at nissanusa.com/Heisman House Sweepstakes. Sponsored by Nissan North America.
Every Saturday, football fans flock to stadiums around the country to cheer on their teams. Chances are, the next person your business needs to hire is in the stands somewhere. But how do you find them? Here's the smartest way. Go to ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 job boards, and ZipRecruiter identifies relevant candidates fast. 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within 24 hours. Choose the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter, leading job site of college sports fans everywhere. For your free trial, go to ZipRecruiter.com/football.
Here's play action. Looking for Sutton up top. Touchdown SMU! Cortland Sutton's second touchdown catch of the game on Saturday was the one that put the Mustangs ahead to stay, a 34-yarder. Put them up 35-28 on the way to a 49-28 win over Connecticut Saturday afternoon at Ford Stadium. This is Tempo Talk with Chad Morris. I am Rich Phillips, and we're brought to you in part by ZipRecruiter. Find qualified candidates quickly and easily with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter, the leading job site of Mustang fans everywhere. For a free trial, go to ZipRecruiter.com/SMU. That's ZipRecruiter.com/SMU. Saturday afternoon, passing yardage obviously was a bit of an issue at times, but pass rush was not an issue for your guys all day. We talked earlier about Justin Lawler being named the American Athletic Conference Player of the Week with 4 sacks. That was half of the 8 sacks on the day, and I've seen one place says you're third in the country, one place says you're number 1 in the country. I'll go with that one. 21 sacks by your defense this year through the first 5 games. That is an incredible total.
It really is, especially when you consider you've only played 5 games.
Right.
And
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm pretty sure I've done some years where 21 was the end of the year number.
I'm sure you have.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody, nodding odd over here, yes. But, yeah, incredible job by your guys up front.
Yeah, and we've said that all year long. We do have some depth there. It really has helped out. Coach White does a great job and rotating these guys in and out, keeping them fresh late in the game. That's when you're seeing a lot of these sacks show up.
And the thing that caught my eye, I thought, in that fourth quarter was that a lot of those sacks down late came with 3- and 4-man pressure. You didn't have to blitz then.
Yeah, we were showing pressure and then backing out of it and getting them to check their protection. And again, seeing Mason Gentry and DeMaurier and Justin really step in there and make some key sacks in critical moments of the game.
Depth obviously has to be a huge part of it, though, because those offensive linemen play every snap. Your defensive linemen don't play but half the snap sometimes.
Yeah, and we try to keep it as limited as we can. You know, you try to rotate these guys anywhere from 30 to 45 snaps is usually about the maximum number before you start seeing their production level really drop off.
And while Justin Lawler had the 4 sacks, Kyron Mitchell, another huge factor, he didn't get credit for any sacks, but he got credit for 4 tackles for loss, and that totally negated their run game on the day.
Yeah, you know, what we did, when you look at it, when you hold somebody to -8 yards rushing, that's really hard to do.
Yes.
And obviously a credit to 8 sacks have helped. But, again, Kyron Mitchell's played as well as anybody we've got in our linebacker core. So, you know, again, we'll just keep just stay in the course. That's the whole message with these guys.
Yeah, and of course the -8 was affected some by the 8 sacks. But I did the math on their running backs, 24 carries for 45 yards. By the running backs for Connecticut. I would think as a coach you take that every single week.
Yeah, we'll take that every week. We got to get our pass defense cleaned up, though. That's the main thing we've got to get straight.
And then we've got to talk about the special teams on Saturday afternoon because you had 2 blocked kicks, and I thought both were huge. The first one wasn't quite as apparent because it wasn't like blocked behind the line, but it was redirected at the line of scrimmage by Justin Lawler once again. That was on the opening possession. They seemed like they were going to march down the field. How huge is it to keep them not only out of the end zone but completely off the board with a blocked field goal?
Well, that was big right there, without a doubt. And these guys have taken unbelievable pride in blocking kicks. That was something we were really good at a year ago. Mm-hmm. Actually, our first 2 years here have been really good at blocking extra points and field goals. And so that's something that we do. It's part of our culture. And these guys have stayed the course, and we've been so close throughout the course of this season. Was able to get a hand on one to deflect it off, and then there wasn't a bigger play in the ball game than Ryan Becker blocking a punt. I mean, what do you say about that guy right there? I mean, he's a guy that just did his job. That's the main thing. We didn't even have a block called.
Really?
No.
Well, and he had gotten close a time or two before that, too.
Yep, and it just says so much about our players, says so much about Ryan and the type of player that he is. All week long, our emphasis was on returning punts. And we felt like we could get a few big returns in the way they lined up. But we knew that Ryan had to ensure the punt and ensure the kick. But his job was to force the punt and fit the crease of the wedge and go straight up, go vertical up. And he did that. And he was so close to blocking the punt, the one before that he actually blocked. But this is a guy that was just giving everything he had. That was his job. That was his role. And that's what you like to see about these guys, that maybe you only play 30 snaps in a game. Maybe you only play 10 snaps or 6 snaps. But those 6, you never know when that one play, give everything you got, that one play is going to make a difference in the game. And without a doubt, that picture will be on our wall for a long time.
Explain to me punt protection these days, because it used to be you had, one personal protector, maybe 2 guys on the edge, and then everybody else was on the line. And now I think UConn had 2 personal protectors. We'll have 3 a lot of times, and I've seen basically a center and 2 guards on the line with some teams. What is the objective there? I mean, we know what the objective is, but what is the reasoning behind the different alignments we see these days on punts?
Well, 2 things. One is to get you to work on, spend time through the course of your week. You only have 20 hours to prepare for the week. So any different punt alignment that you line up in, you better cover it. So it causes coaches to spend time lining up and adjusting to their formations, understanding how many people they have in the shield. When they have 3 people in the shield, who's eligible on the edges to prevent a fake. When they have 2 people in the shield, that means that there's 3 others that are eligible. You got to find those. Or there's guys that shift, they're motion. A lot of it is window dressing and forcing coaches to spend time working on that.
That's all it is, huh?
It is.
Just trying to fool you.
And if you don't, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat with a fake.
Hey, speaking of punting, your punter has been tremendous, I think, this season. Jamie has really improved his hang time. His average is better, and he gets a ton of those inside the 10 for you now.
It's been good to see him grow from year 1 to year 2, and he just needs to continue staying the course and getting better. We're doing a really good job of protecting for him up front and allowing him to keep the ball in his hand a little bit longer.
This is Tempo Talk. Every Monday night, we're here from 7 till 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar. But do take note, we won't be here next week because there's no game next week. Only on game weeks we will be here. So next Monday night, still come out to Ozona, but you won't see us up here. We'll be back in 2 weeks for some more Tempo Talk. We'll have our Ask the Coach segment coming up next here on Tempo Talk with Chad Morris.
The patients have spoken. Texas Institute for Surgery has one of the highest ratings when it comes to patient satisfaction. Texas Institute for Surgery is a state-of-the-art physician-partnered acute care hospital that specializes in treating sports medicine, orthopedics, joint replacement, spine, and pain management, among many other clinical services. Texas Institute for Surgery, the first choice for care by physicians and patients. For more information, go to TexasInstituteForSurgery.com. Texas Institute for Surgery is a physician-owned hospital.
Tired of searching online for custom catering companies? Looking for someone who can craft a special menu for your event? Look no further. The Festive Kitchen has it all, from on-site lunches and drop-off catering to daily handcrafted food for your employees. Let the experts at the Festive Kitchen design a game plan for all of your catering needs. The Festive Kitchen also offers daily food shop specials, weekly entrees, and seasonal food shop menus. Find us at thefestivekitchen.com. That's thefestivekitchen.com.
Looking for a new place to bank? At Credit Union of Texas, we're resetting the standard in the financial industry.
I look forward to going to Credit Union of Texas because I know it will be a happy and relaxing experience.
Credit Union of Texas is a valuable part of my financial life. Moving to Florida this month had me reviewing whether to keep my accounts here in Texas or move them to Florida. Because of the great technology options, I'm able to continue my relationship with CUTX without moving my accounts and starting over.
Visit CUTX.org for more. Federally insured by NCUA. College football programs know the importance of recruiting. Finding the nation's top talent is essential to their team's success. The same is true for business. And you can find the best talent for your business with ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 job boards, and ZipRecruiter identifies relevant candidates fast. 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within 24 hours. Choose the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter, preferred job site of college sports fans everywhere. For your free trial, go to ZipRecruiter.com/football. Ruthie's Rolling Cafe, serving up the best grilled cheese in Texas. For 4 years in a row, Ruthie's has been voted the best food truck of SMU and Park Cities. Ruthie's is a crowd favorite among the ponies. You can find the food trucks rolling on SMU campus, SMU home games, and you can find them regularly at Clyde Warren Park. To book Ruthie's for a private party, visit their site at ruthiesfoodtrucks.com. Because after all, there ain't no party like a grilled cheese party. So, seize the cheese.
Wynn Transportation has been providing ground transportation services in the Dallas-Fort Worth area since 1985. With one of the largest fleets in the area, Wynn can handle your requests for executive sedans, corporate event transportation, and motor coaches. Wynn features the latest in reservation technology, including an app to book your executive travel. And in addition to their reliable service, Wynn has features such as Wi-Fi on their 55-passenger coaches. Wynn is proud to continue their support of SMU athletics.
Welcome back to Tempo Talk with SMU head coach Chad Norris every Monday night, 7 to 8 at Ozona Grill and Bar on Greenville Avenue in Dallas. And it's also on 770 KAAM. SMU on the road this Saturday evening for a 6 o'clock kick at the University of Houston. You can hear me radio-wise. We're going to be on 570 KLIF this week beginning at 5:30 with our pregame show. It's also on CBS Sports Television. It is time now for our Ask the Coach segment. It's brought to you by SMU's Lyle School of Engineering, offering master's programs through on-campus and distance education options with tuition reductions available for military personnel across the globe. Check it out at lyle.smu.edu. And, of course, you can submit your questions here in person. You can tweet them in with a hashtag of Tempo Talk or hit the Ask the Coach button on SMUMustangs.com. You can do that anytime throughout the week when you think of a question to ask for Coach. And here's one from Jerry in Dallas asking how you keep your team focused heading into the first conference road game after a terrific 4-1 start to the season and almost all of that at home.
Well, I think you look at the performance and the way we played last week and bring it to their attention as we did yesterday in our team meetings and throughout our segment meetings. And know that, look, we didn't play to our standard. Now we responded extremely well, but our players saw that. They saw that, we could have played better in every aspect of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. That alone helps. And then second is for us to get to where we want to get, it's all about a one-game season and just being 1-0 in the one-game season against our next opponent.
Saturday, the first time you'd felt like your team was a little sluggish in the first half this year?
It was, yeah. It actually was. I thought we were lethargic on the sidelines. I just thought it was blah. We didn't have the energy that we had in previous weeks, and that was disappointing. I addressed them at halftime. I was very upset with them at halftime. I felt like that we talk about finishing empty every week, and I shared with them we got a lot left in the tank. So we got to empty a lot out this second half and to see how this thing goes. And to see them, still we didn't come out in the third quarter and play to our standard either. It was the fourth quarter, and it took one guy making a play, and then it just took off from there.
Yeah, that block punt we just talked about. It was the play that got it going, and if you throw out the last possession where you ran out of time, it was 4 straight touchdowns basically to finish the game off with 28 points there, 21 in the fourth quarter on the way to the win over UConn. Vic in Dallas sends in a question. What are key differences between this year's Houston team and last year's Houston team, of course, who was a ranked team that we beat at home last year?
Well, I think you look at this year's team and you see that they still got a lot of guys back, 9 guys on offense, 7 guys on defense. And They're very explosive. They run exceptionally well. It's really hard to say what's the difference. Obviously the loss of Greg Ward, but they've got two outstanding quarterbacks that have played a lot this year, Kyle Posmus and Kyle Allen. So, again, these two guys they've rotated two quarterbacks in. They've got a really good a group of running backs. Again, it's when you get to this point in time in the season, it's focusing on yourself and making sure that you're at your best each and every week.
We'll talk more about the Cougars coming up in our next segment when we meet the enemy. A question that was turned in here on site. Do you have the players still do full-on weight training during the season?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. We work these guys out. They'll be up there Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and they've got their workout plan, and Coach True's in there with them and his strength staff. Oh, absolutely. You've got to do that. And again, so much as the week gets later, in Thursday, you got to worry more about the recovery aspect. But, no, we're in there doing our full-on weight training.
How much different is the weight training in season than it is out of season?
It's a lot different.
Yeah?
There's a whole lot of difference to it, but without a doubt. Just the different bar speed movements, the different heaviness of the weights, as opposed to off-season. You may load the weights up a little bit more. But, yeah, there's a fine science to it.
Is that all part of, too? You and I had talked about this back in August, how you felt the need, just by analyzing what you'd done the last couple of years, last year I know in particular, of backing off your guys maybe a little bit in August and fall camp to be ready for the season. Is it the same thing on the weight training side, too?
Well, I don't know if backing off of it is the right word. I think being smart is the right word, and as far as how we take care of these guys and recovery of them. These guys train year-round, and there is such thing as overworking and overtraining. And so we've got to do a great job as a staff to monitor how they feel. And you can't do that with an inexperienced team, and you can't do that with a young team, because when you start talking to players that are not as mature as some of your older guys, they see that as a chance to take some time off, and that's not what this is about. So you really rely heavily on your veterans, your Justin Lawlers, your Braden West, your Cortland Suttons, to tell us how you feel, and as the season goes, because again, this is football. It's a tough sport. It's played by tough people, and you're going to be injured. You're going to get hurt. That's just part of it, and you got to be able to understand what's the difference between being hurt and being injured. And we try to do a really good job of that. We got some freshmen that at this point in time of the season, they're looking at the end of their high school seasons coming quick. We're not even halfway through our season.
Right.
And so some of them just they can't see the forest because of the trees, and they got a little bump and bruise here, and they think that they're injured. No, you're hurt. You can play. You got to keep pushing through that. All right. And so, again, a lot of that's how you take care of their bodies. But they know that. Again, you got a lot of older guys that can help them out.
And last question here that came online, and I got to tell you, I did not notice this at all, but this is what fans notice, okay? David sent in, we noticed you wore a hat instead of a visor this week. Why?
I've actually worn it all year.
You have?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Just changed it up.
I was going to say, you wore visor previously,
right?
Forever. No reason why you changed it?
Just decided maybe that's the reason why that we went 5-7 last year. I don't know.
Well, we're 4-1 with a hat, so
I'm wearing a hat.
Well, I'm sure you're wearing a hat Saturday when SMU plays at Houston.
I wish that was easy enough to that was the reason why. But
by the way, it's not just coaches. I've worn the same khakis every week, just so you know. I've washed them every week. I've washed them every week, but I've worn the same pair every week because you know what? It just seems like I should because we keep winning.
Yeah, no, I just decided to wear a hat this year. There was no reason to it. I just decided to do that.
All right. Well, we'll look for the hat Saturday night because I got to tell you, I didn't notice. Didn't notice it at all. But we'll look for the hat Saturday night. I'll notice it this week.
I'm glad you didn't notice.
No, I got a lot of other things to try and notice while I'm up there in the box. Saturday night, SMU playing 6 o'clock at the University of Houston, and we're going to meet the enemy coming up next here on Tempo Talk with Chad Morris.
football, More Disposal and Recycling Services is busy managing your trash. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. More Disposal offers complete waste management, from equipment purchases and installation to service and maintenance, all completed in-house. No job is too big or too small. We also offer Paper Retriever, a free paper recycling program for schools and churches. Call 214-357-HELP and let's talk trash. That's 214-357-HELP. Family owned and operated by SMU alumni, More Disposal supports SMU football. Pony up!
When it comes to your signage needs, trust the experts at Fast Signs North Central. With more than 50 years of knowledge, Fast Signs North Central will help provide you with a true turnkey experience. From branding and design work to complete production and installation, let Fast Signs North Central make your vision a reality by calling 214-890-4444 or find them online at fastsigns.com/11. Fast Signs North Central. More than fast, more than signs. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms, the official freestanding ER of SMU, and your neighborhood no-wait ER. With 3 facilities conveniently located near you, we're able to provide the Dallas area with upscale, quality care for all your emergency needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit HighlandParkER.com for more information. Highland Park, Preston Hollow, and Lakewood Emergency Rooms. Pony up. Are you serving or have served our country? SMU's Lyle School of Engineering offers master's programs and tuition reductions for military personnel across the globe. For veterans and those in the uniformed services of the U.S., our distance education programs provide a way to help engineer our nation's future. It's just one way SMU is saying thank you to those who protect and serve our country. Check it out at lyle.smu.edu.
Maggiano's Little Italy specializes in serving lavish portions of authentic Italian-American cuisine made in their scratch kitchen, offering homemade pastas, signature salads, prime steaks, fresh fish, memorable desserts, and now brunch. Maggiano's Little Italy. It's a great place for good friends to gather to share good times and great food. Not only do they have an incredible brunch, lunch, and dinner, they are the perfect choice for a banquet of any size. Come as you are 7 days a week. At Maggiano's Little Italy, you get more of everything. Maggiano's is located at North Park Mall in Dallas.
How do you get large groups of people to and from events? Do what the Mustangs do and rely on Win Transportation. We make it easy. Simply visit GoWin.com, give us the details, and we'll take care of things from there. Win has provided large group transportation for decades to high school, college, and pro sports teams. We also take care of church groups, employee outings, convention travel, casino tours, and more. Your time and your experience is our passion. Visit GoWin.com to book. That's GOWYNNE.com.
And the handoff is to Braden West. Cuts, spins out of a tackle at the 20. Cuts right, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Yeah. Braden West with the final touchdown of the day for the SMU Mustangs, a 25-yarder, capping a 49-28 win over Connecticut last Saturday afternoon as SMU improves to 4-1. They will be in Houston this Saturday, 6 o'clock kick against the Cougars. 5:30 our pregame over on 570 KLIF. Houston comes into this game at 3-1 on the season as we now meet the enemy, presented by the Cox School of Business, offering the new Fast Track 1-year MBA designed to launch your career in just 12 months. Visit coxgrad.com for more information. Of course, one of the big changes, there are quite a few changes, I think, in some key areas for the University of Houston. One of them is, of course, the head coaching position. Tom Herman gone to Texas. Major Applewhite's been there. He was the offensive coordinator. What do you know about Major now as he takes over as the head coach this year?
I've known Coach for quite some time, and I obviously consider him one of the really, really sharp minds in all of college football, offensive minds, and obviously we know that his success playing college football in our state. But again, this is a football team that is experienced. They got, like I said, 9 offense and 7 defensive returners. And so, you know, I know they've rotated guys in at quarterback right there with the loss of Greg Ward last year. But with Kyle Posma back in, he played a lot this past week, actually played the majority of the game. Kyle Allen played the week before against Texas Tech. Again, guys, these two guys are very efficient. They're trying to find the right combination. I look to see both of these guys play. Duke Catalan is a running back. We played against him last year, a transfer from the University of Texas. And they've got wide receivers that have a lot of speed to them and good size and a lot of strength. So again, you know, they return the entire offensive line, which is a big thing And they've done a really good job protecting. So, again, you're looking at an offense that's averaged 25 points a game and over 430 yards a game. Defensively, they've got probably one of the best college football players across the country, and Ed Oliver. And this guy's phenomenal, and he's was our defensive player of the year in our conference. When you turn the film on, you always look at who jumps off the film and who really stands out. And it takes you about not even get through one play to realize that this guy is pretty special. But a guy plays exceptionally hard. You got to love the way he plays. But they return all their linebacking core. They've allowed about 14 points a game, a little over, about 360, 370 yards a game, and they've got 10 takeaways. They've done a really good job of taking the ball away, and that's an area that we've got to make sure that we emphasize again this week.
Ed Oliver doesn't have quite the same eye-popping numbers that he did a year ago. So far, just 3.5 tackles for loss. He hasn't recorded a sack. But he probably causes so many problems for an offensive line that it's opening up for so many other guys.
Well, he draws so many double teams.
Yeah.
And so it opens up the area for the rest of the defensive linemen. They got Reggie Chavis, and Reggie came in. He was a graduate transfer from Texas A&M. And so he's really been a great addition for them up front defensively. We got our hands full. There's no doubt about that. This will be a really, really good test for our team.
Last season, it was a 38-16 win for the SMU Mustangs at home over the University of Houston. They, of course, were a top 25 team at the time as well. And early in the season, there was some thought that they could even be in one of the New Year's Six bowl games. How important of a win for a young program like yours and a young group of players you had was that win last year over the Cougars?
Well, any win is a great win, first of all, and that was definitely one that it's kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. It gave our guys, we came off a very tough loss in overtime to Tulsa 2 weeks before that, then went into an open week. And really, I've been asked this question before, what was it about that week? But when I walked in that locker room after the Tulsa week and to see the majority of our players, and I'm talking 95, 97% of these guys, everybody was shedding a tear, and it hurt. Mm-hmm. And my